is a big slice of breaking news. The Supreme Court denying bail to former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, in the Liquorgate scandal. Remember, Mr. Sisodia was arrested by the CBI on Feb 26th for his alleged role in the Delhi liquor scam. The ED arrested him in a money laundering case linked to the CBI's FIR on March 9th. So these are two separate cases. This was after questioning him in Tihar jail. We'll have a reporter join us with more details. But remember, the key allegation here is that the CBI is saying that liquor companies were involved in framing the excise policy that the Delhi government had introduced. They've also said that the liquor policy brought the companies a 12% profit. This liquor lobby was called the South Group and they reportedly had kickbacks. That's the allegation. Manish Sisodia has thoroughly denied this. Let's take a look at different reactions, then we'll connect with the reporter for more.
हैं कि अब इनको माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी बेल देने से इनकार कर दिया है और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि जो पाप करता है वो एक न एक दिन उसके सामने आता है और आम आदमी पार्टी के शीर्ष नेताओं का अब गिरफ्तार होना बहुत करीब दिख रहा है। अरविंद केजरीवाल की भी गिरफ्तारी निश्चित रूप से होगी क्योंकि ये पूरा आम आदमी पार्टी का जो शीर्ष नेतृत्व का एक कुनबा है वो पूरी तरह से भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त है और आज माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट के द्वारा बेल रिजेक्ट करना मनीष सिसोदिया का एक बहुत बड़ा प्रमाण है।
Okay, we have colleagues joining us for context on this story. First, let's start with my colleague Arun Dhanta, who will provide us with some context. Arun, before we go over to what it is that the Supreme Court said, if you could first tell us more context on how the Aam Aadmi Party, Manish Sisodia, has defended himself against these claims since Feb.
Well, see, we have been seeing the court hearing in the entire matter. And, during that time, BJP has been mounting pressure on Aam Aadmi Party, saying that their role in the liquor policy has been exposed, and now it is time for the Chief Minister of Delhi not only to resign, but also to go behind the bars. In fact, the ray of hope which came about for Aam Aadmi Party, it came in the Supreme Court's hearing during the arguments when, in fact, a court was saying that they are not, the agencies were not able to find out the money trail in the entire matter. Where is the money? That's what the Supreme Court was asking, and perhaps that was something where Aam Aadmi Party thought that Manish Sisodia, might get relief from the Supreme Court. But it is a jolt for Aam Aadmi Party that today Supreme Court, in fact, denying bail to Manish Sisodia, and we are given to understand that a money trail of rupees 330 crore something which has been found by the agencies, and perhaps Supreme Court has given more time to agencies to, in fact, make a watertight case in the entire matter. And perhaps now we are seeing that but the problems are increasing for Aam Aadmi Party, and BJP is latching on to this opportunity within a judgment from the Supreme Court. We are seeing that reactions are pouring in from the BJP side. They are saying that, look, we have been saying this, that the entire Aam Aadmi Party is corrupt, and Supreme Court has seconded that, and now it is the turn of Arvind Kejriwal to go behind the bars. They've been saying this, that whether it is Sanjay Singh, Manish Sisodia, Vijay Nair, all those people who are behind the bars, they have been the people who have, in fact, looted the money of people of Delhi, and therefore they are being charged by the courts and the agencies, and they will actually face longer term vis-a-vis jail term is concerned.
Okay. Arun, just stay with us. I just want to tell our audiences, all of this is regarding the Delhi government having implemented a policy on November 17, 2021. It scrapped it on September 2022 amid allegations of corruption. Arun, this story has essentially been playing out since then. Can you bring us a timeline? All right, we'll look to re-establish that connection with my colleagues, our reporters joining us to bring us context on this entire story. The Supreme Court, as of just 8 minutes ago, dismissing bail pleas of the ex-Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi in corruption and in money laundering cases. Now, according to the investigative agencies, the profit margins of wholesalers in the Delhi excise policy were increased. Now we're going to go over to my colleague Kuhina. She's, I believe, going to be spotlighting a tweet for us. Kuhina, over to you.
Right, thank you so much, Toya. This update is concerning with the Liquorgate saga that we've been tracking for months at a stretch. And now, especially after Supreme Court has dismissed the bail plea for the former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, Amit Malviya, BJP's Amit Malviya, has taken to the micro-blogging website X and tweeted that Supreme Court notes the aspects regarding the transfer of money trail of more than rupees 338 crores is tentatively established. Now the question therefore is, how long before the scam engulfs Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal? After all, as both head of the cabinet and the Aam Aadmi Party, he is the ultimate beneficiary. Now, Amit Malviya, BJP's Amit Malviya has taken a huge dig at Aam Aadmi Party and specifically the Aam Aadmi chief Arvind Kejriwal, especially after Supreme Court has dismissed the bail plea of former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia on the Liquorgate saga. Now, taking to the microblogging website X, Amit Malviya has questioned how long will it take for Arvind Kejriwal to be also taken into consideration as one of the accused, because he suggested that both head of the cabinet and Aam Aadmi Party, he is also one of the ultimate beneficiaries in this case.
All right. Thank you so much for laying the groundwork for us there. Let's go over now to political leaders we have to get their opinion. Harish Khurana calling in from the BJP. Sir, there's no doubt that what the Supreme Court has said today will be looked at as a win for the investigating agencies, as a loss for the Aam Aadmi Party. So if we put that aside, I just want to ask you, how do you see the message that the Supreme Court has sent? Because it was just a few days ago in this very case that the Supreme Court directed some stern words at the agencies. It said that Sisodia cannot be kept in jail indefinitely. It said that somebody behind bars can't be kept there ad infinitum. So today, as you're assessing this judgment, do you see this with the context of that, sir?
See, if you see the one line of the Supreme Court verdict, that the money trail of 330 odd crores has been considered. I mean, this is clear that there has been money trail of that money. What does this show? That the corruption has happened. And what was till yesterday, Arvind Kejriwal was saying there is no corruption happened at all in this liquor scam. End of the day, trial court, then High Court, and now Supreme Court has rejected the bail of Manish Sisodia on the clear term that the corruption has happened. Now, what will Arvind Kejriwal will say? I mean, my point is, from the day one, BJP was clearly saying that corruption has happened, and the kingpin of this whole liquor scam is Arvind Kejriwal. And now what we feel after this verdict of Supreme Court of rejection of the bail is clearly indicates that the kingpin of Arvind, which is Arvind Kejriwal, is not the day far behind when he will be also in jail.
Sir, but I do want to ask you, is that not too conclusive an argument? It seems that the Supreme Court has actually given the agencies more time to more firmly establish that this trail actually took place. Is that not a correct interpretation, sir?
So, point is that today one thing has been cleared now. In 6-8 months, the trial court has to complete the whole trial of Manish Sisodia.
Right, but where you're saying that it has been concluded that he is guilty because the Supreme Court has said this, isn't that in fact the oversimplification?
My point is something else. My point is what Supreme Court has said. Supreme Court has clearly indicated that there has been the money trail which is linked with Manish Sisodia. There has been the investigating agency has proved that there is some money trail. That is the reason Supreme Court has rejected the bail. My point is whenever the conviction will be taken place or no in 6-8 months. Point is, where is the moral ground of Arvind Kejriwal? He till yesterday he was saying there is no corruption has happened. Three courts, trial court, High Court, and now Supreme Court has rejected the bail. that has not been happened, why they are rejecting the bill, keep on rejecting the bill.
Okay, Mr.
So
Khurana, we will have a reporter join us to bring us more context, because the key assessment you're making from the judgment is different from the assessment our reporters made for us. Our reporters were looking at what the Supreme Court had to say. The clear takeaway, according to our reporters, is that the Supreme Court has given more time to these agencies, not that the Supreme Court already thinks Sisodia is culpable. We'll have a reporter join us to bring us more context. That was Harish Khurana from the BJP. We'll bring you more context on this story itself. We were giving you a timeline a little while earlier. We'll have reporters join us to help us interpret what it is that the Supreme Court has said and what the correct takeaways from it are. So whether or not we should be agreeing with what Harish Khurana just said, what Amit Malviya said a few minutes ago when he tweeted out that aspects regarding the transfer of the money trail are tentatively established and that does implicate Manish Sisodia. Is that accurate or not? Is that the correct takeaway? We'll have our legal correspondents join us in just a second to bring us more context on that. Now, let's highlight for you aspects of this entire story. How will you bring him, Manish Sisodia, under the Money Laundering Act? The money is not going to him. This is what the judges had asked back in October. Now, the court had also at that point questioned how long it would be before the trial begins, underscoring that Mr. Sisodia cannot be kept indefinitely in jail. These were all developments that happened earlier in October. We'll bring you more context on this story in just a few minutes from now. Remember, Mr. Sisodia was the Deputy Chief Minister in the Arvind Kejriwal government. He resigned from the cabinet on Feb 28th. He was handling 18 portfolios at the time, including the excise department. Now, the CBI contends that liquor companies were involved in framing the excise policy, which would have brought them a 12% profit. A liquor lobby that had been dubbed the South Group had paid kickbacks, part of what was routed to public servants. Now, the ED alleged that there was also laundering of the kickbacks taking place. Now, the High Court has denied him bail in the CBI case on May 30th, saying he is a high-profile person who has the potential to influence witnesses. On July 3rd, it declined the bail in the money laundering case. We're going to bring you more context on this story in just a second. We'll be having reporters join us.